time no see, you guys. Okay, so I hope you guys learned a lot from our presenters in that last session, but now you're going to have some time to actually use some of what they shared and put that into your service hackathon. So let's take a look at what's coming up for our hackathon work session 2. As per the event schedule, this will be the first work session of the day. We'll have another one in this afternoon. And in this work session, we're going to be going over the presentation guidelines to help you build your presentation slides. So I know many of you have gotten to this portion on your proposal worksheet, but when you get together with your teams and you open up your proposal worksheet, towards the very end, you will have part 3, which is your blue section. That is the event summary, where you're going to take all of your information from part 2 and consolidate it, right? You know, you have all of these ideas, you have all these key details, but when it comes to presenting your service event as an idea, you can't just throw a bunch of small details at your audience. You gotta present it in a way that makes sense for them, is easy for them to comprehend, and makes them willing to support your service event. So we're gonna get into the final presentation draft. And for your presentation on Monday, so tomorrow, these are your guidelines. Each group is going to have only 3 minutes to present their service event. Who feels like that's not a lot of time? Ooh, okay. Who feels like that's just enough time? And who feels like that's too much time? Okay, I'm going to check on those groups. Okay, I'm going to check on those groups. And we're going to see why we are setting your time to 3 minutes. But know that when you go up to present as a group, after your presentation, there will be time for questions and answers from your audience. So that means you might get a question from one of the attendees, so one of your fellow TCYA. You could get a question from your judge panel. Okay, so you better be ready to answer your judges. And also any questions coming from the advisors as well. But we invite you guys to be ambitious, be creative, and have fun with the presentation. You guys have full control over how you want your presentation to go, as long as you can keep it to 3 minutes. So, you know, our speakers talked about public speaking and giving presentations, but who here still feels like they need some practice with presentations? Okay, so a lot of people feel ready, but you know, there are some who still need practice. So what we're gonna do in the next few minutes is we're gonna take a look at what your presentation, kind of give you some more structure and help, and then give you an example of what a presentation might look like. So key contents that have to go into your presentation are listed up here on the slide. Let's take a minute to quietly read those to yourselves. All right, so you might have noticed that these things are actually very similar to your part 3 of your proposal worksheet. So once you finish that blue section on your worksheet, technically you can just pull, copy, paste the information from your worksheet and put it into your presentation slides. One thing I want to emphasize on the key contents is that at the very bottom, you want to make sure you're presenting your materials and how much they're gonna cost, right? That means for your expenses, if you guys don't have any numbers, then I want you guys to put in more time researching what things are gonna cost and how much money in total you might need for your service event. The reason why cost is really important isn't just because I'm a math teacher. It's because, right, if you're trying to get someone to donate or invest in your service event, you have to give them a number. You have to let them know how much it's gonna cost. So has anyone watched the show Shark Tank before? Can anyone share what Shark Tank is for a prize? All right, we have a hand in Team 4.
So basically, Shark Tank is like this show where there are like 5 judges and they're like investors, and then you would come onto the show with like a product that or like a company product that you made, and to like pitch the product to the investors to see if they want to invest in the product or not. And it's like very dramatic. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Very good. So yeah, and you'll find that your service event presentation is going to be very similar to the Shark Tank format, because you're coming up and you're sharing what your survey event is all about and why it matters and why it should happen. So as you're watching this video, take some time to think about what are some things that make his business pitch successful, right? You can notice that the time that he speaks and presents is actually no more than 2 minutes. So you guys having 3 is, a pretty good amount. But I'll let you guys think for yourselves, take some time to watch the video, and then we'll share out after the video.
I can't get...
All right. Let's go ahead and turn to a partner. And let's take a few minutes to share and discuss what were some things that happened in the video, and why do you think that helped make his pitch successful? I did hear some interesting things as I was walking around. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask for one person to share from each group. So table 1,